Okay, I had to go get some snacks. I was hungry. So the next song is called Lust, which is another one of the 7 deadly sins. So we've had pride and then lust. So I don't see any other ones so far on the album, but yeah, I'm curious to see what this is going to be about.
I need some water. Something came over me. Way too hot to simmer down. Might as well overheat. Too close to comfort. As blood rush my favorite vein. Heartbeat racing like a junkie's. I just need you to want me, and my acts are too much. Let me put the head in. I don't want more than that. Girl, I respect the cat. I promise just a touch. Let me put the head in. It's okay. She said it's okay. Wake up in the morning, think about money, kick your feet up. Watch you a comedy, take a shit, then roll some weed up. Go hit you a lick, go fuck on a bitch, don't go to work today. Cop you a fit up, maybe some kicks and make it. Wake up in the morning, think about money, kick your feet up. Watch you a comedy, hold up. Wake up in the morning, think about money, kick your feet up. Watch you a comedy, take a shit, then roll some weed up. Go hit you a lick, go fuck on a bitch, don't go to work today. Cop you a fit or maybe some kicks and make it work today. Hang with the homies, stun on your baby mama, sip some lean. Go get a pistol, shoot out the window, bet your favorite team. Play you some Madden, go to the club or your mama house. Whatever you're doing, just make it count. I need some water. Wake up in the morning, thinking about money, kick your feet up. Hop in the shower, put on your makeup, lace your weave up. Touch on yourself, call up your nigga, tell him he ain't shit. Credit card scam, get you a visa, make it pay your rent. Hop on the ground, flex on the bitches that be hating on you. Pop you a pill, call up your bitches, have them waiting on you. Go to the club, have you some fun, make that ass bounce. It's whatever, just make it count. I need some water. Something came over me.
Okay, yeah, this is very interesting. So it starts with the chorus. I need some water, something came over me. Way too hot to simmer down, might as well overheat. Too close to comfort, blood rush to my favorite vein, heartbeat racing like a junkie. So, the song's called Lust, so I'm immediately thinking of sex, the butterflies, all the feelings, the hormones going, the blood rushing, all that. But I'm also assuming because it's Kendrick, there's probably like a double meaning woven in here. So like I see what it's doing on like the face value with lust, with sex, but I'm trying to understand the potential like layers beneath it. I'm still not quite there yet. I have like maybe potential ideas, but I don't know. Wake up in the morning thinking about money, kick your feet up, watch you a comedy, take a shit, then roll some weed up. So all of the things that you can do, but like not doing anything. This stuff out. Not necessarily doing anything, I guess, meaningful would be the best way I could describe that. Just kind of sitting around watching shit, smoking weed, don't go to work, just hanging out. Whatever you're doing, just make it count. I need some water. But then it immediately goes into another verse of wake up in the morning thinking about money, kick your feet up, hop in the shower, put on your makeup, lace your weave up. So now it's like from like a Black woman's perspective. Credit card scam, get you a visa, make it pay your rent, hop on the gram, Instagram, flex on bitches. So it's both these people, like male and female, men and women, who, you know, they wake up and they're thinking about money. Like maybe they're lusting after money, perhaps. I mean, when I think about money and sin, I think about greed. But in this case, they don't have money to be greedy with necessarily. In fact, they're spending money. They're frivolous with their money. So it's more like a lust thing. Like they're lusting after the image of money, it seems like. Because like she's, you know, credit card scam, get you a visa, but then you're like flexing on bitches on Instagram, like acting like you have something that you don't. And both these people, they're thinking about money, but they're not like doing anything meaningful in pursuit of money. They're okay, is what I'm getting so far. So, very interesting, very interesting. And I gotta say, like the beat, like the instrumentals that's happening are very distracting from the lyrics. And it's just really good. It's really good. I'm really enjoying this, but the lyrics, there's a lot of depth here. It's definitely making me think a lot.
Kick your feet up, hop in the shower, put on your makeup, lace your weave up, touch on yourself, call up your nigga, tell him he ain't shit. Credit card scam, get you a visa, make it pay your rent. Hop on the ground, flex on the bitches that be hating on you. Pop you a pill, call up your bitches, have them waiting on you. Go to the club, have you some fun, make that ass bounce. It's whatever, just make it count. I need some water. Something can't over me. Way too hot to simmer down. Might as well overheat, too close to comfort. As blood rush my favorite vein, heartbeat racing like a junkies. I just need you to want me, am I asking too much? Let me put the head in. Ooh, I don't want more than that. Girl, I respect the cat, I promise just a touch. Let me put the head in. If it's okay, she said it's okay. I wake in the morning, my head spinning from the last night. Both in a trance, feelings are dead, what a fast life. Manager called, the lobby call, it's 11:30. Did this before, I promised myself I'd be an hour early. Room full of clothes, bag full of money, call it loose change. Bump on my jewelry, 100K, I lost a new chain. Hop on a bird, hit the next city for another M. Take me a nap, then do it again. We all woke up, trying to tune to the daily news, looking for confirmation, hoping the election wasn't true. All of us worried, all of us buried in our feelings deep. None of us married to his proposal, make us feel cheap. Stale and sad, distraught and mad, tell a neighbor about it. Bet they agree, parade the streets with your voice proudly. Time passed and things changed, reverting back to our daily program, stuck in our ways. Lust. Lately I feel like I've been lusting over the fame. Lately we lust on the same routine of shame. Lately my lust been heightened. Lately it's all contradiction. Lately I'm not here. Lately I lust over self. Lust turned into fear. Lately in James 4:4 it says, friend of the world is enemy of the Lord. Brace yourself. Lust is all yours. I need some water. Something came over me. Way too hot to simmer down. Might as well overheat. Too close to comfort. As blood rush my favorite vein, heartbeat racing like a junkies. I just need you to want me, am I asking too much? Let me put the head in. Ooh, I don't want more than that. Girl, I respect the cat, I promise just a touch. Let me put the head in. If it's okay, she said it's okay.
Yeah, wow. The instrumentals on this one were super cool. First off, if it's okay, she said it's okay. I appreciate the highlighting of consent here. Yes. We all woke up trying to tune to the daily news, looking for confirmation, hoping election wasn't true. And so this album came out right after Trump was elected for the first time. And, you know, I thought that was the the lowest we could go in America, but no, we decided to elect him again. I wonder if he'll do another like more politically charged album in the future. I kind of hope he does, especially after what's been happening this year. Tell the neighbor about it, bet they agree, parade the streets with your voice proudly. Time passing, things change. So it's, the time passing, things change, reverting back to our daily programs, stuck in our ways, lust. And so there was like a lot of anger, protesting that happened after Trump. I'm trying to remember when like the Black Lives Matter protests really started happening. I know it was in Trump's first term, but I just don't remember when. I think it was after this album. And so like, yes, what he's saying is true. Parade the streets with your voice proudly, especially right now in 2025. Like that's really necessary. Time passing, things change. That could be like a double because we could still change this. But I think there's also a cynical take here because the next line, reverting back to our daily program, stuck in our ways, lust. And in this case, lust, not just in a sex sense, because he's already talked about like lust in like a money sense. Maybe lust for like attention in the attention economy, the information economy. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of depth to this song, a lot of stuff we could talk about. I want to read the little blurb at the end. I'm surprised this song isn't more played. It looks like it's one of the it's the second to lowest played, at least on Spotify, which is, I don't know, that's surprising to me because this is definitely one I'm going to replay. Let's read the little about blurb. Lust can be seen as Kendrick Lamar's perspective on the repetitive nature of life. Centered around themes of sexual intimacy, Kendrick explores the monotonous routine of daily life for men, women, and those with fame and wealth, respectively. These lifestyles often involve desires of all forms. In the second verse, Kendrick self-reflects on the unquenchable lust people in his position have for luxury, whether it's unlimited sex, the ability to party with no consequence, or relief from financial burden. Ultimately, lust furthers the themes and narratives present throughout Damn, especially as one of the 7 deadly sins alongside pride. Okay. All right. Next song we have is Love featuring Zachary. I hope I'm saying that right.
Damn. Love and lust. Damn. All of us.
Give me a run for my money. There is nobody, no one that'll run me. Another world premiere. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. Just lovely.
I wanna be with you. 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 I wanna be with you.
Just love me.
If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. I got something. Hold up, we gon' function. No assumption. Feeling like Tyson with it. Look at that Tyson with it. Only for the night, I'm kidding. Only for life, yeah, only for life, yeah, only for life, let's get it. Hit that shoulder lean, I know it coming over me. Backstroke overseas, I know what you need. Already on 10, all money come in, all feeling go out. This feeling don't drought, this party won't end. If I didn't ride blade on.
Okay, yeah. This is just like a really good groove. Kind of like a R&B sort of style here. If I minimize my net worth, would you still love me? Keep it 100. I'd rather you trust me than to love me. That's like kind of, is that what you would call a bar? I feel like it is. I think it's really true. Trust Like love can be so much easier to come by, I feel like, than trust. And like somebody can do you wrong, betray you, and you still love them. But getting that trust back is a lot harder. It's a lot easier to lose than love is. Yeah, that's pretty real. That's a big one. And like, if you have a relationship where you don't have trust, that's not good, I would say. That line just really in particular stuck out to me because it is so underrated, especially in relationships, the idea of trust and like respect over love. Because we get fed this idea through like, movies and TV shows and stories of love and like happily ever after. But love and relationships, partnerships, that's work. And trust and things like respect, like all of that stuff is like equally, if not more important than the love in terms of longevity.
I know what coming over me. Backstroke overseas. I know what you need. Already on 10, all money come in. All feeling go out. This feeling don't drought. This party won't end. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole one. Don't got you, I got nothing.
Run for my money. There was nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. She's lovely.
I wanna be with you. 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 I'm on the way. We ain't got no time to waste. Popping your gum on the way. Am I in the way? I don't want pressure, you none. I want your blessing today. Oh, by the way, open the door by the way. Tell you that I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I know connection is vague. Pick up the phone for me, babe. Damn it, we jamming. That had a two for your nanny. Curving your hip from your mammy. Remember Gardena? I took the studio camera. I know Typo be mad at me. I had to do it. I want your body and music. I bought the big one to prove it. Look what you made. Told you that I'm on the way. I'm like an exit away. Yep. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole one. Don't got you, I got nothing.
Run for my money. There was nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. She's lovely.
I wanna be with you. 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 I wanna be with you.
Me just love me.
Yeah, that was just really fun. Talks about, like being a gentleman, doesn't want to pressure her. I'm trying to see, like, I guess with all of Kendrick's stuff, I do try to see if there's a double, but I can't see one right off, the bat right now. So this was just a fun love song. And I loved the beat, the instrumentals. Like, it was so just nice to live. Like, it was just so nice. It's like, I don't know a better way to describe it. Just nice. So, yeah. The next one is XXX featuring U2. That's interesting. Did y'all have iPhones and stuff when the whole YouTube album drop thing happened? I did. All of a sudden, like, I had U2's whole album on my freaking iPhone or iPod. I don't remember which one it was when it happened, but let me know if you remember that happening. I didn't listen to it. I'm like not a huge U2 fan, so I'm curious about this one. But XXX, that could be explicit, but it could also be, I'm thinking of like XXX Tentacion. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I didn't really listen to his music, but I've heard all of like the theories, especially like surrounding like Peekaboo and the Super Bowl performance. So I'm curious if like this is something, I don't know when he was killed, but it also could just be something else. So yeah, just that's what's coming to my mind just upon just like looking at it. But yeah, let's get into that. I almost forgot. I didn't read the blurb. See, I'm still just getting used to all that. Okay. About. Love finds Kendrick Lamar musing on the woman in his life, presumably his fiancée, Whitney Alford, whom he has been in a relationship with since his high school days. Kendrick uses this ballad to ask the essential question to his partner to solidify the most important aspect of their relationship, love. Well, he did say he'd rather have trust, but okay.
It's good to you, America, please take my hand. Can you help me understand? New Kung Fu Kitty.
Throw a steak off the ark to a pool full of sharks, he'll take it. Leave him in the wilderness with a sworn nemesis, he'll make it. Take the gratitude from him, I bet he show you something, whoa. I chip a nigga a little bit of nothing. I chip a nigga a little bit of nothing. I chip a nigga a little bit of nothing. I chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap. Walk myself to the court like, bitch, I did that, X-rated. Johnny don't wanna go to school no more, no more. Johnny said books ain't cool no more. Johnny wanna be a rapper like his big cousin. Johnny caught a body yesterday out hustling. God bless America, you know we all love him. Yesterday I got a call like from my dog like 101. Said they killed his only son because of insufficient funds. He was sobbing, he was mobbing, way belligerent and drunk, talking out his head, philosophing on what the Lord had done. He said, Kid, can you pray for me? It been a fucked up day for me. I know that you anointed, show me how to overcome. He was looking for some closure, hoping I can bring him closer to the spiritual. My spirit do no better, but I told him I can't sugarcoat the answer for you. This is how I feel. If somebody kill my son, that means somebody getting killed. Tell me what you do for love, loyalty and passion of all the memories collected, moments you can never touch. I wait in front of niggas' spot and watch him hit his block. I catch a nigga leaving service if that's all I got. I chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap. Walk myself to the court like, bitch, I did that. Ain't no black power when your baby killed by a coward. I can even keep the peace. Don't you fuck up when the hours. It be murder in the street. It be bodies in the hour. Ghetto burby on the street. Paramedics on the down. Let somebody touch my mama, touch my sister, touch my woman, touch my daddy, touch my niece, touch my nephew, touch my brother. You should chip a nigga, then throw the blower.
I'm having the hardest time finding a good place to pause. This is so good. Okay, hang on. So he says to America, God bless you. If it's good to you, America, please take my hand. Can you help me understand? And then New Kung Fu Kenny. Throw a stake off the ark to a pool full of sharks. He'll take it. So think of the ark, you think of some more biblical imagery, but to a pool of sharks, he'll take it. So throwing meat to the sharks. Leave him in the wilderness with a sworn nemesis. He'll make it. Walk myself to court like, bitch, I did that, X-rated. So I guess I understand now, X-rated. Leave him to the wilderness with a sworn nemesis. He'll make it. Take the gratitude from him. I bet he'll show you something. Whoa. There's stake off the ark too. So I get like the ark imagery. I'm just trying to figure out like what the metaphor is here. He'll take it. He'll make it. So like, I think of like scrounging for scraps, like you throwing steak off the ark to sharks. I think of sharks as in like, shark people who are conniving, cunning, that kind of thing. Sharks. Leave them in the wilderness. So maybe like he's surrounded by sharks. He feels like he's in the wilderness. Maybe Compton feels like a crazy, like he's compared it maybe like a war zone, but maybe it's like a wilderness. I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious. And then walk myself to court. Like, bitch, I did that X-rated. I guess that helps me figure out the X's. Johnny don't want to go to school no more. Johnny said books ain't cool no more. I mean, yeah, that's a problem in our schools. Kids can't read, but like they don't value education because we as a society have really devalued education. Johnny want to be a rapper like his big cousin. Johnny caught a body yesterday out hustling. God bless America. You know, we all love him. So like if you're devaluing education, then what is getting valued instead? For a lot of people in a lot of places, it's violence. And America certainly does love violence. Yesterday, I got a call from my dog, like 101, said they killed his only son because of insufficient funds. He was sobbing, he was mobbing, way belligerent and drunk, talking out his head, philosophing on what the Lord had done. He said, K-Dot, can you pray for me? It's been a fucked up day for me. I know you anointed. Show me how to overcome. Ooh, I can't imagine somebody turning to me for something like that. Like somebody seeing you as like an anointed person. He's looking for closure, hoping I could bring him closer to the spiritual. My spiritual do know better, but I told him I can't sugarcoat the answer for you. This is how I feel. If somebody killed my son, that means somebody be getting killed. So to me, that's like, yeah, you come to me looking for like a higher spiritual guidance. And while I am maybe more aware, more awake, and I'm working on, I may rap about things that make you think I'm very spiritual and I feel very spiritual. I'm not the person you need to ask for because like I'm human. And the human reaction is this, and that's definitely not going to be in line with spiritual teachings. So I'm not the person you want to come to for that kind of guidance.
Coward, I need even keep the peace. Don't you fuck up when the hours. It be murder in the street. It be bodies in the hour. Ghetto burby on the street. Paramedics on the down. Let somebody touch my mama, touch my sister, touch my woman, touch my daddy, touch my niece, touch my nephew, touch my brother. You should chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap. Matter of fact, I'm about to speak at this convention. Call you back. Alright, kids, we're gonna talk about gun control. Pray for me. Damn.
I think that's also him highlighting that, there's like maybe a bit of hypocrisy in him. I think there's a bit of hypocrisy in all of us. Like when something is that close to home, you are going to react maybe differently than the advice that you would give. There's so many things that I've done in my life where maybe it worked out for me or whatever. But it's still like the path I took is not the advice that I would give for somebody to do. And also there's things that I would do that I know aren't right, but I would do them. And so it's that self-awareness coming through with that hypocrisy, which is really, really good. It's definitely a struggle like I feel sometimes too. Interesting. Anyway.
Touch my sister, touch my woman, touch my daddy, touch my niece, touch my nephew, touch my brother. You should chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap. Matter of fact, I'm about to speak at this convention. Call you back. Alright, kids, we're gonna talk about gun control. Pray for me. Damn. The great American flag is wrapped and dragged with explosives. Composed of disorder, sons and daughters, barricaded blocks and borders. Look what you taught us. It's murder on my street, your street, back streets, Wall Street, corporate offices, banks, employees, and bosses with homicidal thoughts. Donald Trump's in office. We lost Barack and promised to never doubt him again. But is America honest, or do we bask in sin? Pass the chin, I mix it with American blood, then bash your men. You crippin' or you married to blood? I'll ask again. Oops, accident, it's nasty when you set us up and roll the dice to bet us up. You overnight the big rifles, then tell Fox to be scared of us. Gang members or terrorists, etc., etc. America's reflections of me, that's what America does.
It's not a place. This country is to be a sound of drum and bass. You close your eyes to look around.
Wow. The great American flag is wrapped and dragged with explosives. I mean, that's very true and visual, especially when you think about, like, you know, all of our overseas things that we've done. But then he also talks about barricaded blocks and borders. You know, it's murder on my street, your street, back streets, Wall Street. It's, you know, so we talk about the sort of war zone that a lot of Black Americans sort of grow up in, that is deliberately systematically structured with and woven in within our society, through our history, through those laws, through the racism that is still very prevalent in our society. And also talking about like Wall Street corporate offices. And so then you can think about also all of like the corporate violence that happens in America, to like, whether that's through like the healthcare system or lack thereof, I should say, that murders millions, which is, you know, why we should free Luigi. And but also like the environmental, like there's so many companies that, you know, have knowingly caused cancer in people, who have knowingly poisoned people's water, poisoned people's air. It's like companies don't care about you. And any labor rights you do have, how very terrible they are in America, those were fought for with blood. Those were paved through, they were written in blood. And they're trying to undo it because they don't care if we live or die. We are just numbers to them. We are just cogs in a machine. And so you could think about that murder and that type of homicide. And that is definitely something like Donald Trump is totally for. I mean, he's for all of it. I mean, you look at how he's treating immigrants, and he's super racist. We lost Barack and promised to never doubt him again. Yeah, like, as much as I disagree with Barack Obama's policies and like the way he conducted his immigrations and his deportations and then his drone strikes and stuff like that, like I disagree with all of that stuff, but like he did provide us with some health care. It could have been better, but again, you know, you're working with like Republican Congress and all that stuff. He's an intelligent man. I don't think he's a bad man. I just think that he is too status quo, too neoliberal, too bureaucratic for my taste. But so for me, he was like a letdown kind of thing. But is America honest, or do we bask in sin? We bask in sin here. This is a very sinful place. This is, I mean, we are very full of hate and sin here. I mean, but there's so many people that aren't too. It's just like when you look at our politics and the systems that people have to operate within, it's very evil. But a lot of the people that you will meet like on the day to day are very good people, very open, very hospitable, very kind and generous. I've met more good people than bad people in my life. And I've met a lot of bad people, and there's a lot of bad things. And it's really hard to try to like focus on the good, especially when there's so much bad, but there is some good here. I do want to, give that credit where it is. But like the power structures in America and like most of the people who hold power in America are not very good. They're pretty evil. Pass the gin, mix it with American blood, then bash him in. You crippin' or you married to blood. So the gangs, I'll ask again, oops, accident. There's a lot of accidents. It's nasty when you set us up, then roll the dice, then beat us up. So I think he's talking here about like police violence and like systemic violence against Black people, where we set them up to fail. We set them up for these like laws. We like put drugs in their neighborhoods. We put them in such impoverished environments. And I mean, there's a direct correlation with poverty and violence and crime and stuff like that. Like that's, if you really want to prevent crime and violence, you need to uplift people. You need to educate people. You need to make sure people have food and shelter and safety, security, like all that kind of stuff. You overnight the big rifles, then tell Fox to be scared of us. And also, like police have been caught. Like there was a recent report. I did another video about it. I talked about it in another video, but police officers in like multiple states all across America were caught selling guns to gangs and cartels. So it's like they're manufacturing a quote unquote enemy to vilify in the media. And Fox News is a huge proponent of that, like sort of racialized, like violence, characterizing people like minorities, racial minorities, particularly as violent, when it's the system that is literally pushing for that violence because they want that scapegoat. It's really sickening. It was really disgusting what our country does. Like it makes me wonder, like a lot of countries that love to critique America, if they really understand like how the deck is really stacked against Americans, especially if you're poor, especially if you're American who's, Black or Hispanic, Indigenous. It's like, I just wonder if they're privy to that understanding of just how corrupt our government is, how violent our government is historically been against its people, how willing our government is to sacrifice its own people. Like they did science experiments on Black people to the point where they like killed them because they wanted to, it was this like syphilis experiments or whatever. Like look it up. Like it's serious. Like it's like our history is super fucked up. And so when you say like, oh, just get rid of guns, like it's really not that simple. Because like our police system can't be trusted, our justice system can't be trusted, our government can't be trusted. We don't have healthcare. Like it's really easy to be like, oh, ban guns from your ivory tower of healthcare. You don't understand like kind of some of the more deeper realities here in America. And I just wish my overseas, like, and I don't blame, like I get where you're coming from, but I don't feel like some of them understand like the context of American history, like the deeper, not surface level American history. Like the bad stuff that they don't want to, American government doesn't want people to know, that they would obviously want to suppress. Yeah. This was a really good song. Really, really deep. Oh, and let's read the little about blurb. I keep almost forgetting, but I'm getting it. Kendrick teams up with rock legends U2 on XXX, which delves into deeper into the political and religious themes heard throughout Damn. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Kendrick described how the song came together. We had a different record we were supposed to be doing together. He sent it over. I laid some ideas to it. We didn't know where it was going. It just happened to have an album. I just happened to have an album coming out. So I just asked Bono, yo, would you do me this honor of letting me use this record, use this idea that I want to put together because I'm hearing a certain type of 808, a certain drum to it, and he was open to it. The track itself seems to be a transitional moment in the album, going with the original album playthrough or the backwards play theory. In his path of wickedness, Kendrick begins to question the hypocritical ways of America after setting aside his godly ways and overcoming fear. However, on this path to weakness, Kendrick continues on after love. Okay, so the I'm gonna have to listen to this album backwards now. Interesting. Okay. In the first verse, Kendrick begins by addressing moral ambiguity, noting that even the best of us are capable of evil if the conditions are right. Kendrick brags about his accomplishments on the streets before a friend calls him for advice on a devastating death of his son. The usually meditative Kendrick pushes him to take violent revenge. The second verse provides the worldly context for this violence, continuing the nihilistic themes found on Pride. In an excellent criticism of Stephen Hayden notes, sorry, it's hard to read, that the lyrics of XXX grapple with the spiritual dislocation in America, with Old Testament overtones, something U2 has been doing over 3 decades. Okay, super interesting. All right, so next up we have Fear.
I know you've been having a lot on your mind lately. I know you feel like, people have been praying for you. But you have to understand this, man, that we are a cursed people. Deuteronomy 28 and 28 says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. See, family, that's why you feel like you got a chip on your shoulder.
Why God, do I gotta suffer? Pain in my heart, carry burdens full of struggle. Why God, do I gotta bleed? Every stone thrown at you, resting at my feet. Why God, do I gotta suffer? Earth is no more, won't you burn this motherfucker?
I beat your ass, keep talking back. I beat your ass, who bought you that? You stole it. I beat your ass if you say that game is broken. I beat your ass if you jump on my couch. I beat your ass if you walk in this house with tears in your eyes, running from poo-poo and Prentice. Go back outside, I beat your ass, little nigga. That homework better be finished. I beat your ass, your teachers better not be bitching about you in class. That piece of better not be wasted, you eat it all. The TV better not be loud if you got it on. Them Jordans better not get dirty when I just bought them. Better not hear about you humping on Keisha's daughter. Better not hear you got caught up. I beat your ass, you better not run to your father. I beat your ass, you know my patience running thin. I got boo-boo payments to make. County buildings on my ass trying to take my food stamps away. I beat your ass if you tell them social workers he live here. I beat your ass if I beat your ass twice and you still here. 7 years old, think you run this house by yourself? Nigga, you gon' fear me if you don't fear no one else. If I can smoke fear away.
Wow, okay, this is a lot already. So Carl Duckworth calls him. I don't know who Carl Duckworth is, but he calls him. I think he's a family member. What's up, family? Oh, your cousin Carl. Stupid. Just saying he needs to live right by God. He's gonna feel better, which I I disagree. There's only so much you can do, so much that, positivity can help with and can fix in your life. There's only so much that religion and prayer and trying to live by God's commandments can do in your life, because then sometimes things happen that just make you question, like death, losing somebody. That can, but he also says that we're a cursed people. And I can relate to that, the feeling of being cursed, because so much like shit just happens in your life. So I imagine maybe that's how he feels, maybe his family feels, being where they're at. And then says, why God do I gotta suffer, pain in my heart, carry burdens full of struggle? Just why do you have to go through? Wow. Okay. This is really hard because I feel like this is hitting for me a little personally, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to talk about certain things. But I wrote about this in my thesis, of this feeling of being cursed, especially when you have a lot of trauma and grief in your life. And it can constantly feel like, you're constantly suffering, like you're waiting for the next trauma to happen, the next person to die. And there can be a frustration with religion and religious institutions, and even just counseling, because I also wrote about how we need a paradigm shift in our bereavement counseling, the way we do things. It's very clinical. And there's a lot, and even in our culture of America, there's a lot of this toxic positivity, you get what you deserve type of outlook, whether, it's through prosperity gospel or karma, or this idea of you being a good enough person, good things will happen, life will go good, life will come, you will come out on top. And it kind of invalidates the experience, the trauma, the loss, whatever it is, the grief that you're feeling. And it also kind of puts ownership on the individual for that. That it's their responsibility, or that it's their doing, which can be incredibly harmful, no matter how well-intentioned that is. They can be very harmful for your psyche, for your recovery. I've had a lot of people say similar things to me in moments of despair. So yeah, I feel that a lot. I feel these lyrics a lot. And then the lyrics are the same, but they're by Kendrick this time, and they're said backwards or played in reverse. And so I'm curious about the deeper meaning there. And then in this verse, I beat your ass, keep talking back. I beat your ass, I beat your ass if you do this. The utilization of fear in that parenting style is, something I've talked about before that I'm very familiar with. I grew up in a very abusive household where, you're just constantly just getting beat over every little thing. And there's some people that still swear by that type of parenting. I don't agree with it. I find it to be harmful, especially because it's used really often, and you're instilling a bunch of fear in your child, so they don't see you as a safe space. I'm a safe person to talk to go to for help when you're in trouble. And I think they're just better ways of parenting, personally, because I grew up this way, and it fucked me up, because a lot of times, there's no balance even with love either. It's just all fear and anger and poor emotional regulation and toxicity. It's just all bad. It's all abusive. But it's also something that's very common in impoverished households. Like I grew up in poverty. And so I'm sure that's a correlation to my experience and Kendrick's experience too. And there's sociological academic studies and work done, like written about this phenomenon of parenting and how that varies by class. And you do see this type of parenting more prominently in lower class. And it's usually because they are stretched thin and impoverished. And so you're stressed, like you are just trying to keep a roof over your head. You're trying to keep food on the table. And you know, a lot of times you're working multiple jobs. You're surrounded by crime. Oftentimes it's expected for you to be like harder in a lot of places. And so this is a way to like instill that hardness, that it's like a survival mechanism, but it's also just like a frustration thing where, you know, if you're a parent and you're working a bunch of jobs with no support and you're barely making ends meet and you have to get like food stamps and you maybe have court stuff and you are like in government housing and you don't have health insurance and you can barely, it's all of these things, right? You can't, your car breaks down. And to keep yourself cool, calm, and collected under pressure when that's been happening generationally. You've never learned those skills of emotional regulation and management and stuff like that. You've never dealt with your own trauma. That's usually the outcome. So yeah, it's just very real and relatable for me. So yeah, let's keep going.
I beat your ass if you tell them social workers he live here. I beat your ass if I beat your ass twice and you still here. 7 years old, think you run this house by yourself? Nigga, you gon' fear me if you don't fear no one else. If I can smoke fear away, I roll that motherfucker up. And then I take 2 puffs. I'm high now. I'm high now. I'm high now. I'm high now. Life's a bitch, pull them panties to the side now. I probably die anonymous, I probably die with promises. I probably die walking back home from the candy house. I probably die because these colors are standing out. I probably die because I ain't know DeMarcus was snitching. I probably die at these house parties fucking with bitches. I probably die from witnesses leaving me false accused. I probably die from thinking that me and your hood was cool. Or maybe die from pressing the line, acting too extra. Or maybe die because these smokers are more than desperate. I probably die from one of these bats and blue badges. Body slammed in black and white paint, my bones snapping. Or maybe die from panic, or die from being too lax. Or die for waiting on it, die cause I'm moving too fast. I probably died trying to buy weed at the apartments. I probably died trying to defuse 2 homies arguing. I probably died cause that's what you do when you're 17. My worries in a hurry, I wish I controlled things. If I could smoke fear away.
Okay, so I'm noticing that the first verse, he was talking about when he was 7, and now he's 17. So maybe it's how his fears are evolving over his life. So here in his fear, he's going to die anonymous. And here at 17, he's like really in the, like he's seeing all of like the gang violence around him because he's growing up in Compton. And when you are, like I've talked about this before too on albums, it's when you are confronted with death, especially like very abrupt death, very traumatic death, you start thinking about death a whole lot more. You start thinking about your own mortality a whole lot more. And that's just like one of the side effects. Like, I think when you're not directly confronted with death, you, especially like a sudden death, a young death, a traumatic death, you go through life kind of, you know, it's, people die, like theoretically, but, or old people die or whatever, but when it happens more close to home and more like I said, sudden and tragic, it, I don't know, it really just, you were very confronted with the idea of death and the finality of it, the suddenness of it, the nobody is safe from it. And so you start imagining, catastrophizing, especially if you maybe have like anxiety or PTSD surrounding that. So you start visualizing all of the possible, most likely ways that you could die, you might die. And that's what he's doing here in this verse, especially as he's probably seeing death around him quite frequently, or hearing about death, or, you know, talking to somebody and then like a week later you find out they're dead, kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. And then like, that's a fear right now, because the song's called Fear. So that's a fear when he's 17.
Die cause I'm moving too fast. I probably died trying to buy weed at the apartments. I probably died trying to defuse two homies arguing. I probably died cause that's what you do when you're 17s. My worries in a hurry, I wish I controlled things. If I could smoke fear away, I roll that motherfucker up.
I've been hungry all my life.
I'm high now. I'm high now. I'm high now. I'm high now. Life's a bitch, pull a baddies to the side now. Now. When I was 27, I grew accustomed to more fear. Accumulated 10 times over throughout the years. My newfound life made all of me magnified. How many accolades do I need to block denial? The shock value of my success promotes in me. All this money is God playing a joke on me. Is it for the moment and will he see me as Job? Take it from me and leave me worse than I was before. At 27, my biggest fear was losing it all. Scared to spend money, had me sleeping from hard to hard. Scared to go back to Section 8 with my mama stressing. 30 shows a month and I still won't buy me no Lexus. What is an advisor? Somebody that's holding my checks just to fuck me over and put my finances in debt. I read a case about Rihanna's accountant and wonder, how did the bad girl feel when she looked at them numbers? That type of shit'll make me flip out and just kill some, drill some, get ill.
Rihanna was on this album too. I'm going to click on it because I'm sure it's going to tell me. Oh. In 2015, Rihanna's accountant was declared missing after she sued him for a collection of bad advice that lost her $9 million in a year. They eventually settled for $10 million, but the accountant didn't pay before going missing. It is rumored the song Bitch Better Have My Money is about him. Yikesickles. Okie dokie. But yeah, that's so true, because like if you get wealth and you don't know how to manage it, it's so easy to be taken advantage of or lose it. And yeah, and it's happened to so many artists, particularly Black artists, over the years. And I'm sure that's a huge fear, but also just like this being afraid to go back to poverty. Like if you make it out of poverty, there is a fear that you could go back. And I do relate to that a lot right now. So yeah, interesting. I'm going to keep going.
Just to fuck me over and put my finances in debt. I read a case about Rihanna's accountant and wonder, how did the bad girl feel when she looked at them numbers? That type of shit'll make me flip out and just kill some, drill some, get ill and feel ratchets with a little some. My practice running from fear, guess I had some good luck. At 27 years old, my biggest fear was being judged. How they look at me, reflect on myself, my family, my city. What they say about me reveal if my reputation will miss me. What they see from me will trickle down generations in time. What they hear from me will make them highlight my simplest lines. I'm talking fear. Fear losing creativity, I'm talking fear. Fear missing out on you and me, I'm talking fear. Fear losing loyalty for pride, cause my DNA won't let me involve in the light of God. I'm talking fear. Fear that my humbleness is gone, I'm talking fear. Fear that love ain't living here no more, I'm talking fear. Fear that it's wickedness or weakness. Fear. whatever it is, both is distinctive. Fear, what happens on earth stays on earth, and I can't take these feelings with me, so hopefully they disperse. Within 14 tracks, carried out over wax, searching for resolutions until somebody get back. Fear, what happens on earth stays on earth, and I can't take these feelings with me, so hopefully they disperse. Within 14 tracks, carried out over wax, wondering if I'm living through fear or living through rap. Damn.
God damn you.
Ooh, that's deep. And I love that he's like going through like the songs that we've heard and even songs to come a little bit in this with the lyrics here. But for me, I'm talking fear of losing creativity. That hits because like for me as a creative person, as a artist, that is a fear. Sometimes it even prevents me from starting some projects because like I'm afraid I won't be able to do them justice, or I'm afraid if I put this idea, then it's not going to be as creative, or if I'm in like a lull with figuring out what to do creatively, like I fear that like that's it. I can't do anymore. Yeah, that's relatable. And then here, and I can't take these feelings with me, so hopefully they disperse within 14 tracks carried out over wax. Like I feel this because I paint. So for me, it's like putting that fear on the canvas and then leaving it behind. And he's doing that through music. And that's really, really cool. Yeah. And relatable. This is really well done. This is beautiful. All right, we're going to keep going. And then I think I'm going to let it play into the next song, which is God, unless I have like big thoughts or something.
Within 14 tracks, carried out over wax, wondering if I'm living through fear or living through rap. Damn.
God damn you. God damn me. God damn us. God damn we. God damn us all.
Verse 2 says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So until we come back to these commandments, until you come back to these commandments, we're going to feel this way. We're going to be under this curse because he said he's going to punish us. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true children of Israel. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. The children of Israel, he's going to punish us for our iniquity, for our disobedience, because we chose to follow other gods. That as a man chasten his son, so the Lord thy God chasten thee. So just like you're chastening your own son, he's going to chasten you because he loves you. So that's why we get chastised. That's why we're in the position that we're in. Until we come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and do what the Lord says, these curses is going to be upon us. We're going to be at a lower state in this life that we live here and today in the United States of America. I love you, family, and I pray for you. God bless you. Shalom.
Well, I do have thoughts. And I disagree. I mean, I don't know about the children of Israel. I have no stake in that. I just want people to be good and good to each other and good to the earth. But this idea that you are deserving or being punished, like I feel like it's just like a coping mechanism, a way to sort of try to rationalize or explain the inequities and the harm that's been done to you and your people. But it's not just or justified. And I don't think it's God's work or God's plan. And I don't think I feel like that's it's sad that that's believed, I think, in my opinion. Because it's something that so easily could be weaponized by people with bad intentions, and probably is weaponized by people with bad intentions. And I don't agree with it, personally. I think all of the bad in this world comes from humans, comes from our own sins and pettiness and fears and short-sightedness, greed, all these sins, right? Like, we are the ones causing harm to each other, to the planet. And it's not God's work. Personally, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyway, we're going to listen to the next song, God.
This what God feel like. Yeah. Laughing to the bank like yeah. Flex on swole like yeah. You feel some type of way then Ever since a young man, all I wanna be was a gunman. Shooting up the charge, better run, man. Y'all gotta see that I one man. Slickest out the bars with the finger waves, work at JT. Handlebars like a fade, watch me work at JT. I'm at large, running plays like a circuit JT. I'm selling versus JT, watch me work at JT. Look. Hold up. Don't judge me. My mama caught me with a strap. Don't judge me. I was young, fucking other rats. Don't judge me. Aim it at your head for a stack. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Now my home got a valid key. Don't judge me. If I press your line, you are free. Don't judge me. Won't you tell a friend? Y'all gon' see. This what God feel like. Yeah.
Okay. I had to look to see what, who JT was and because I was, my first thought was Justin Timberlake. And I knew that wasn't right. So, but it's Work at JT is a line from the 1991 film, The Five Heartbeats, where Robert Townsend's character, Donald Duck Matthews, asks his big brother JT Matthews to set him up with a girl. As JT talks to the girl, Duck says, "Work it, JT, work it." Also, Kendrick's last name is Duckworth, which draws similarities to Donald's nickname, Duck. Okay. Just context I did not have, and this is Frozen. I'm having trouble gaining more context from some of these lyrics because Genius is Frozen. So I'm just going to keep listening and I'll read the about blurb. Oh, I didn't read the about blurb for Fear. Oh my goodness. Come on. Okay. On Fear, Kendrick explores 3 instances of true terror at ages 7, 17, and 27, respectively. In the first verse, he explores the fear he experienced growing up in a hood with a strict mother. The second verse interpolates Benny Segal's classic, I'm probably saying that wrong, track Die, and explores the life of a teenage Kendrick expressing his fear of dying at a young age, especially with rampant gang activity and police brutality in Compton, California. He takes a distinct turn in tone, rapping in a deep monotone voice that denotes adolescent depression. In the third and fourth verse, Kendrick revisits anxiety found on 2015's To Pimp a Butterfly, the lack of confidence in himself and abilities, and fear of losing the life he had built for himself, particularly at the age of 27. This notion may have been inspired by the familiar concept of the 27 Club. Oh yeah, I knew about that. I just didn't make that connection. I know about that club. Yeah, okay. And then there's a quote from him from an interview saying, "It's completely honest. The verse is everything that I feared from the time I was 7 years old. The second verse, I was 17. The third is everything I feared when I was 27. These verses are completely honest." Now let's see if I can maybe get some context. Yeah, so a lot of the JT stuff is coming from that show, which I have not seen, so I am definitely lacking that context. So I'm just going to keep listening.
Judge me if I press your line, you're free. Don't judge me. Won't you tell a friend? Y'all gon' see. This what God for like. Yeah. Laughing to the bank like yeah. Flex on swole like yeah. You feel some type of way then Fuck is you talking to? Hey, do you know who you talking to? Slide on you like falling drapes. God touch full of carnivals. I kill him with kindness. Alright, kill him with diamonds. Alright, put up like 1500. Get your ass killed by the finest. Everything life is a gamble. Nothing in life I can't handle. Seen it all, done it all, felt pain more. For the cause, I done put blood on sword. Everything I do is to embrace y'all. Everything I write is a damn 8 ball. Everything I touch is a damn gold mine. Everything I say is from an angel. I know blood shit, fuck shit, always your shit, my shit. Getting boss to a night shift, morning to the night shift, I'm on. I ain't sorry for it. Ask for a piece of mind, you charge me for it. I wanna see sometimes if you ignore it. I'm in the street sometimes and can't afford it. I got a bad habit, levitate, ducking haters. Oh my heart is rich, my heart is famous.
Yeah, so it looks like it's just going to repeat the chorus. So I'm going to let it do that and go into the next song, the last song. But I did want to talk about this verse. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. I felt like I had to sneeze. I kill him with kindness, or I kill him with diamonds, or put up 1,500, get your ass killed by the finest. So kill him with kindness, kill him with diamonds is like kill him with kindness is obvious that, but kill him with diamonds I'm taking as like kill them with my success. Some people hate seeing you successful, seeing you make it. So all the more reason to try to make it. Everything in life is a gamble. Nothing in life I can't handle. I've seen it all, felt pain more. Yeah. Just, he's got a gift and he's using it and he's had real pain, but he's able to channel that and do good with it is really kind of what I'm getting out of all of this. Everything I write is an 8 ball. Everything I touch is a damn gold mine. I feel like that 8 ball lyric could have layers. You could have, like, I think 8 ball is like a ball of drugs. I don't know if it's like heroin or coke or something else. I can't remember what drugs. I'm not big on drugs, so I don't know. But I know it's a drug thing. So it's like, everything I write, it gets you like high, like, euphoric. Or 8 ball, like in pool. That's like the winning shots. Everything I write is like a winner, maybe. And then everything I touch is a damn gold mine. I'm just that talented kind of thing. Everything I say is from an angel. I think he's trying to say, like, through my lyrics, through my music, like I am harnessing like some spiritual power here, which I do believe creatives can harness, especially when you go into like a flow state. It's very, very nice. And then I don't rush shit, fuck shit, always your shit, my shit. So, and then like he says, morning to night shift. So I think that's just hi, I'm hardworking. I'm always on it. I'm not sorry for it. I asked for peace of mind. You charged me for it. And that could be like a thing about capitalism and like our healthcare economy. Like if you want peace of mind, if you want therapy, if you want to get better, if you want to heal, you have to pay for that. That costs money. The more you have to pay for insurance to, whatever. But it also could be like something interpersonal. I'm in the streets sometimes and can't afford it. Got a bad habit, levitating, ducking haters. So like, he wants to go back to his hometown, but now that he's wealthy, that kind of maybe puts a target on his back. Because, I don't know how much Compton, like, he hasn't completely changed Compton, especially at this time. So, yeah. Oh, my heart is rich. My heart is famous. Like, my heart is famous because, like, I'm putting my heart in this music. So you know me for my heart. And since all this music is coming from my heart is famous, is how I'm taking that line. Like, it's authentic, it's real. Yeah. I like this one. I do. I don't think I like it as much as the rest of the tracks that I've heard so far, but I do like it. Like, it's good. All right, we're going to let this song finish playing out and go right into Duckworth, which is the last song on the album.
That's what got me like. Yeah, got me like. Laughing to the bank like, got me like. Yeah, got me like. Flex on swole like, got me like. Yeah, that's what got me like. You feel some type of way then, yeah, that's what got me like. That's what got me like.
I almost forgot to do the little about blurb for God. In God, Kendrick flaunts his success, how it feels, and why he works so hard. Throughout the track, Kendrick compares the sensation to what God feels like. In the first verse, Kendrick talks himself up with all of his achievements, only to be reminded that he's a mortal man in the second verse. In a sense, he's reminding other rappers who see themselves as God that they are not in charge. Okay. It's not how I was interpreting it, but yeah, I like that interpretation as well.
It was always me versus the world, until I found it's me versus me. Why? Just remember, what happens on earth stays on earth. We're gonna put it in reverse.
Darling, I told you many times, and now I'm telling you once again, just to remind you, sweetheart, that
Oh, Lamar, Hail Mary, your marijuana times is hard. Pray with the hooligan, shadows all in the dark. Fellowship with demons and relatives, I'm a star. Life is one funny motherfucker. A true comedian, you gotta love him, you gotta trust him. I might be bugging, infomercials and no sleep. Introverted by my thoughts, children listen, it gets deep. See, once upon a time inside the niggas and garden projects, the object was to process and digest poverty's dialect. Adaptation inevitable, gun violence, crack spot, federal policies, rape builders and drug professionals. Anthony was the oldest of 7, well respected, calm and collected. Laughing and joking made life easier. Hard times, mama on crack. A 4-year-old telling his nanny he needed her. His family history pimping and banking. He was meant to be dangerous. Clacked him a grip and start slanking. 15 scraping up his jeans with quarter pieces. Even got some air from a smoker last weekend. Dodger policeman working for for his big homie. Small time hustler, graduated to a brick on him. $10,000 out of for project housing. That's on the daily. Seen his first meal, 20 years old. Had a couple of babies. Had a couple of shooters. Caught a murder case. Fingerprints on the gun, they assuming, but witnesses couldn't prove it. That was back when he turned his back and they killed his cousin. He beat the case and went back to hustling. Bird shuffling, Anthony rang. The first in the projects with the two-tone Mustang. That 5.0 thing. They say 5-0 came, circling parking lots and parking spots and hopping out while harassing the corner blocks. Crooked cops told Anthony he should kick it. He brushed him off and walked back to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. See, at this chicken spot there was a light-skinned nigga that talked a lot with a curly top and a gap in his teeth. He worked the window, his name was Ducky. He came from the streets, the Robert Taylor home, Southside Project, Shine Rack, the Terror Dome. Drove to California with a woman on him and $500. They had a son hoping that he see college. Hustling on the side with a 9-to-5 to freak it. Cadillac severely ride his son around on weekends. 3-piece special with his name on his shirt pocket. Cross the street from the projects, Anthony planned to rob it. Stuck up the place before, back in 84. That's when affiliation was really 8 years of war. So many relatives telling us, selling us, devilish work, scaling us, crime, intelligent, villainous, prevalent proposition with nines. Ducky was wet.
Okay, I just feel like I need to pause it for copyright. He's telling a story here. He's such a good storyteller. Like his ability to write about real things, like chronological events, like it's really, that's like a huge skill. So he's telling a story and his flow is like the way he's changing it up. It's so good. It's so incredible. I'm just enamored by it. As you get, like I'm 3 minutes in and I just now paused and it's hard to find a space. So I just wanted to do that and it's Duckworth. I know that's his last name. So this is probably like some sort of family story, family word. I don't know, but we're going to keep going. I just need a pause for copyright.
Affiliation was really 8 years of war. So many relatives telling us, selling us, devilish work, scaling us, crime, intelligent, villainous, prevalent proposition with nines. Ducky was well aware. They robbed the manager and shot a customer last year. He figured he'd get on these niggas' good sides. Free chicken every time Anthony posted in line. 2 extra biscuits, Anthony liked them and then let them slide. They didn't kill him, in fact it looked like they're the last to survive. Pay attention, that one decision changed both of their lives. One curse at a time, reverse and manifest the good karma. And I tell you why. You take 2 strangers and put them in random predicaments. Give them a soul so they can make their own choices and live with it. 20 years later, them same strangers you make them meet again inside recording studios where they reaping their benefits. Then you start reminding them about that chicken incident. Whoever thought the greatest rapper would be from coincidence? Because if Anthony killed Ducky, Top Dog could be serving life while I grow up without a father and die in a gunfight.
Jag fullständigt hjärtligt
Now for that the war. So I was taking a walk the other day.
That's such an interesting story of coincidence and choosing kindness over what's expected and the ripple effects that had for Kendrick. That's so beautiful. And in this like reverse part, so it was from the DNA song. And so I'm wondering if all of these are like little snippets in reverse of all the songs. Let's see. Now on Damn, the reversed audio symbolizes a flashback or a wormhole representing Kendrick's life, both past and present, flashing by him as he dies. It's also a cue to listen to the album in reverse for an alternate storyline. The first line of the album is then repeated, which connects the last track and the first track, showing the cyclical nature of the album. Yeah. And then the about. Duckworth is a street tale about how Anthony Top Dog Tiffith was planning a second robbery at a local KFC where Kendrick's father, nicknamed Ducky, was working back in the 90s. The robbery could have resulted in Ducky's death, but his generosity caused Top Dog to refrain from harming him. that happened to be many years before Top Dog would coincidentally sign a 15-year-old Kendrick Lamar to his label Top Dog Entertainment. Duckworth is Kendrick's legal last name. That is so cool. I think, yeah, this album has a lot of layers, especially if it can be listened to in reversed and provide alternate meanings. And the intentionality that you have to do something like that. Like, no wonder he won a Pulitzer for this. I will say, I guess on first listen, like, I think I'm more preferential to Pimp a Butterfly, at least right now. And like Good Kid, Mad City. I think Good Kid, Mad City might still be my favorite, but maybe that's just because it's the first Kendrick Lamar album I ever experienced. And I always tend to be a little bit partial to a first album that I experienced by an artist that I really enjoy. So yeah, but I did enjoy this. So thank you for sticking with me through this, for this journey. It's been great exploring all of Kendrick Lamar's discography that I haven't fully heard yet. And thank you for subscribing. If you want early access and exclusive content that's to come, consider subscribing to my Patreon. Or if you just want to support me, if I could do this full time, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not trying to. I'm not banking on that, but I'm just saying it'd be pretty cool. I do plan on hosting a live stream. It'll be on Twitch to paint. I want to paint the GNX cover, but with like some flair to it of my own, and do that while listening to a bunch of Kendrick Lamar songs. It'll be a multiple painting sessions because I paint with oil paint primarily. I did a couple practice paintings. I'm going to post a video about all of that, and that's TBD. It's coming. I just got to figure out some setup stuff, some more like behind the scenes tech stuff. So, and I got to still edit this anyway. So I'm going to get this edited, posted, and then it'll be sometime after that. So just be on the lookout. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, because the live streams will be posted on Patreon in full. And then once the painting's done, I'll edit them all together and down to post on YouTube. And then I'll probably sell the painting and maybe prints of the painting. And if that pops off, if that ends up being like a big thing that's like successful on the channel, then it might be something I do like after every artist, or at least after every artist that I enjoy or feel moved by in some capacity. So yeah, and if it's a flop, then maybe it's a one-time thing. I don't know. We'll see. Just experimenting, but I do paint. And I'll show my practice sketch. Ugh, so this is my practice here. I just did that one real quick with acrylics just to kind of figure out like shapes and value, and if it's possible, because I've never painted a car before. My partner's particularly excited about this because he's like a car guy. So anyway, yeah, that's something that I'm going to be doing at some point. So stay tuned. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this. So after this, the painting is done, I will be moving on to Tyler, the Creator. That is the next artist that I will be digging into in depth. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe for that. If you want these videos and reactions early, consider subscribing to the Patreon as a tier 1 member. And I'll probably post other videos too. I'm trying not to promise to be on any kind of schedule right now because I work and my son is in high school marching band and they're in their competition season. So we're super busy with that. So yeah. Anyway, thanks. Bye.